Hi guys, I'm Kadambari,
I'm Gunwoo.
and in today's video we are going to talk about how Gunwoo came to India for the very first time.
I was in 11th standard, so I had some hard time at home, and I couldn't how to bear it more longer. So then I had a good friend who was 10th standard. He became my good friend, and he left because he shifted to other city. So I was consulting with him, like what to do, and he's like, why are you still staying there? Come to my home. We'll figure this out. So it was kind of almost 4 hours away from home, like by bus. So I'm like, what the hell? I didn't have any money, but I borrowed from my friend and his bus ticket price and left. Luggage, I don't remember much. I just left. I don't know how I did. I don't know what guts came to my head. So then I reached there. So I stayed in his place for a couple of days. But obviously, he has his parents are there, so it doesn't look nice, and they must be wondering what's going on. So he lied to them that he's here for some competition thing here, so he'll be here for a couple of days. So eventually I had to shift, look for the place to stay. But good thing about Korea was, I was still 11th grade, but there are part-time jobs available, many areas, not safe areas, not the very hard. So I got the job in the petrol station, petrol pump. So there, they have a place to stay, so I could stay there for free, and they also give food also. And on top of that, I work. So as much as I work, I get paid. So at least I was earning per monthly at least around the 30,000, 30 to 40,000.
Rupees.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a reasonable amount for 11 standard too. The stay, right? So then I stayed there for a couple of not couple of months. So I stayed for 1 month, 1.5 months, and suddenly then my father wrote me email regarding that like everything's okay or not, and he shared his ideas, how he's going to do with my education in my future. That he went to India. He went to India when I was ninth standard. So 8 or 9th standard. So he went to India. So then he saw all the India things and everything. Then he figured, it's okay. I think next time he has to send me in India to study if I'm okay to do so. Why? Because India is anyways, that time is considering as like BRICS. Nothing was talking about that time also, but obviously India will be considering as the big giant country, for the good future and all. So yeah, and then so he then the email mentioned that about that only. Then I'm like, okay, maybe I can think about it.
Like he wanted you come back home or not?
It's not like he mentioned that whether you will come back home or not. It's just that he mentioned certain things. Then it made me the considering about talking to him. Then I called them. Fine, I'm coming home.
Okay, so the last 1.5 months you never spoke to them.
No,
And they also didn't speak to you.
they couldn't.
Or they had no
there was no mobile.
way to
I
contact
had,
you.
no, I had a mobile that time, but still, I didn't share my number. And obviously, they've been sending emails, but I ignored it because nothing was interesting to me. But that mail, triggered me. Then I'm like, okay, let me speak to him once. I know it's kind of selfish, but what to do? And I'm teenager. I have to think about futures. And then so the funny thing is, and then I was about to leave to home. The same day in the morning, so I booked the bus and everything from Seoul, and so I'm in the cyber cafe area, and suddenly I'm getting the one message. That time we already had some the chatting messages. So that was my teacher, my my class teacher. He's saying that this is my last message to you as your teacher and student. You're no longer our school student anymore from these days. Then I freaked out, and then I suddenly called him, and so I'm coming to school soon. Just give me a couple more days. So please coming. Then he said, okay, fine, come. So luckily I survived. Actually, if I missed maybe a couple more days, actually I could have fired. I could have kicked out from my school only. So then I had nowhere to go back to. Even I was already prepared earlier. So yeah, that's what happened, and I came back, and then yeah, whatever punishment happened, done. So yeah, but the thing was, I was very excited because I never been out of my country, not even once. So when I heard India, it's like okay, it's studying abroad. Like that only came to my head. I did never think about where is India, nothing. Then, that's why I decided to go. I told then he still respected my opinion that if you don't go, I'll not send you. So then obviously in my head was when oh no, I'm going to another country. I'm okay, I'll go. Then yeah, that's how I started. Considering me going to India. So then after finishing my school and on February, March immediately me and my father came to India. It was 10th March, I think 2003. So we stayed in this JNU campus in Arabari guest house. So before I came to India, whether you'll believe or not, so I'm never the bold myself. Like always hair should be there. I never knew how it looked like. But it's like I'm like okay, India, and I'm starting my new life. So let me also be new. So I bowled my hair, which I regret for my life. I never do it anymore. That was my last time I've done it. And so you'll see the picture with my friend. I mean, I'm wearing cap, but yeah, still it's bold. But when I came to India, I already regretted why I did it. So and then yeah, we started our journey in India in March, and my dad stayed with me for a couple of days, and then he took me to some couple of Korean people because in case something happens to me, someone has to be rely on. So and then we took a place in Satya Niketan. There I got a space and it's one room, and so there I had luckily, so it was not bad area. So I was living there, and yeah, and then my father and I are stayed there that room for like a couple of days more, and then he left me alone there, and he left back to Korea. Then my life starts, but till then me, Hindi, not even Hindi, English, no English. Basically, the Koreans, nobody speaks English. So me too, I couldn't speak English. So, but next day, first thing I went to upstairs was, so I just went to collect my, the laundries, so it must be dried and everything. But then I meet, bunch of guys, right in front of my eyes, almost 9 of them, I think, all Indians. They're all looking at me. I don't know them, they don't know me. But it's like, I'm like, hey, I'm starting something new. Let me have some guts. Let's speak to them. Let me speak to them. So I went there. Then I say, hi. My name is this. I'm from Korea. Let's be friends. Then they're like, okay. It was very funny. They're okay. It's like they never hesitate. They're like, who the hell are you? Nothing. That's okay. So we became friends, and I became their group friends. Like we hang out daily, every day. You can say every day we hang out, eat together. So those guys, I'm very appreciative to them because those guys are for me. I started my English speaking because of them only. Like they speak Hindi each other, but whenever they talk to me, they'll talk to me English. So that's how they consider about my thing. So yeah, so they're the one who actually made me speak English a lot, and I practice with them, and eventually yeah, that's how I start understanding and start talking. Even this basic minimum, still yeah, it is sufficient for me. And then I stay there for days, and then we almost share the food. Like it's like I make Korean, I have a Korean food, they have Indian food, so we keep exchanging it. So I was eating their roti and sabji and whatever, and then they're eating my rice and other, some seaweed and kimchi and all. So they're enjoying it, I'm enjoying it, so we're just all happy. I still remember one day was, we all watched in my room only, in TV. There was, the cricket matches going on. I never knew about the cricket, but it was my first time I was watching. And it was, the final match between Australia and India. So it was almost long time, like 8 hours, and but unfortunately, India lost. I'm sorry for that. but it was 8 hours. I have watched entire game. But for me, yeah, it was fun. It was fun with my friends and everything. I was excited. And yeah, and then one day, I was supposed to go to Europe, and so that story I'll share with you next time, because that was before I'm joining JNU. So I went to Europe from India, which is my another first international travel apart from India.
All alone.
All alone. Can you believe all alone? Like no
And don't know English.
English also. I just learned 2 months. I just went. Oh, you'll not believe how I carried and everything. Oh, I'll share with you later. So and then some more things happened with me was I was taking bus that time, and there was a ring road, outer ring road was there. So I only learned this plus minus points that time. I only remember that. So they're saying what they told me was, you take this sign bus, it'll take you in there, which is South Extension, and if you take this sign bus, it'll drop you back here. I said fine. It was easy. So I managed, almost every day, because I was going to NIIT studying, computer, because since India was very famous for IT country, right? So the IT class, NIT class, I went there. So I met one Japanese lady, I met one Chinese lady, but here she was a Chinese Korean, and so but no English. So they're teaching something, and actually lecturer got the stressed out because he's saying something but I'm not able to understand anything. So one day he's like, okay, why don't you do once? But luckily, for me, it was all basic, which I knew already, what he's teaching. So I showed him within a second, and he just became quiet, and nobody said anything, and even everybody,
Clapped also.
So for me, it was embarrassing for me, because for me it was just nothing. Just never mind, because I went to computer classes when I was the 56th standard, so we learned already a lot of things in school also. So yeah, that's what happened. And then one day what happened was, I was taking these buses, and it's the same sign bus, but I didn't know that this same sign bus can take another. Like there's another kind. I have no idea which one. So that bus I took, it wasn't going to South X. It was going to the another distance. I have no idea where it went. So eventually I got off. I'm like, okay, where am I? No idea. Luckily at that time phone booth was there, so I went to the phone booth and I dialed this mobile number whom can help me to reach back. So then they told me, okay, you can take an auto rickshaw and then you come. So that's how I came back safely. So that's something I have experienced beginning of my life in India.
And then what did you study in JNU?
JNU. In JNU I studied in BA. I studied in Chinese language. Again, that's funny, right? Yeah, but yeah, but because that time it was like the people are talking about BRICS, China, India, So my father's idea was that you go to India, learn Chinese with English in India, so you become an Indian expert, but along with the Chinese language, so that you capture these two big country market. So that my future becomes more easy going and everything. So my father has considered that much for me. So
And do you agree with him?
Yeah, I do agree.
And how good is your Chinese now? Everybody knows your Hindi is very good.
So frankly, until 2014, my Chinese was better than my Hindi. But now Hindi has been overtaken. Chinese now very gone down.
When you said the Hindi is overtaken, there was a firecracker. We're celebrating you.
So yeah, Chinese now, but at least I can manage. I can just manage, the going here and there. Normal communication I can manage. And MA I've done the international studies in JNU. So total 5 years I was in JNU. And lastly, that was the first time I experienced Holi.
In JNU or Satyaniketan?
Satyaniketan. Remember March 10th I came to India. So that means after a couple of days it was Holi. Then, so the group of my friends, they're taking me around. So it was first time I'm experiencing happy Holi, hugging, putting what do you call it, some color powders and all those things. So I'm like, okay. So they're doing happy hour with me also, right? One time, two times, three times, and then they do this also, that also, and all those things. And eventually, after 1 hour, my face was black, including my ears, all black until neck, because they're so enjoying with me that because I'm foreigner, so they're like messing with me. So I was cleaning my ear almost 5 days, almost a week. It didn't go. So that's why I had in my mind that I never play Holi anymore in my life. I still play later, but that time really it was very horrible. Oh, not going, my skin was paining like crazy. Yeah, so that is what happened, and yeah, so that's for today. And I hope you enjoyed my story. I don't know whether it was exciting for you guys or not, but yeah. But anyways, next time I'm gonna share on another more stories, whatever I have experienced in my life in India only, or related to India, whatever it is. So thanks for watching, and I hope you liked our video. Then please remember, thumbs up, right? And plus, if you're new to our channel, subscribe, okay? And then you can give us, the comments and like whatever you want to know, whatever you want me to do something here. Like suppose I have to to maybe do in Korean or maybe Hindi, whatever you want. I'm there for you guys. Okay? Thank you.